That, my friends, is the sound of money. This is Lou, your rideshare coach. Greetings, everyone. This is Lou, your rideshare coach, checking in once again. This is going to be a brief podcast, but very dialed in, very specific. The motivation behind this podcast is over the past several weeks, I've been doing some work communicating with potential new drivers. There have been many who started their driver application, but for whatever reason have not completed it. And one of those reasons is what this podcast is about. There are multiple times when I speak to folks, and the reason that they decided to not move forward to complete their Lyft driver application is because they say, I already found a job. And I immediately want to step in and find a way to get them to at least listen. And there's sometimes when I'm able to say, hey, do you mind if can you give me just 45 seconds? I'm not trying to really persuade you. I just want to inform you. And the point of doing that is this. And I said this in my last podcast, and this is kind of a piggyback off of that, but to double down on the point. Guys, Lyft is not a job. You're an independent contractor, and that's stated specifically on Lyft's website. In fact, if you just Google Lyft and just chase down the parts of becoming a driver, you're going to see one of the advertisements says, become your own boss today. So let me explain and a lot of this has to do with my mindset and how I see the world and my own personal experiences. But let me explain how and why I want to inject some information here. So again, people are thinking, I already found a job, don't need to do Lyft, fine, no problem. But like I said, guys, Lyft isn't a job. So let me explain. On your job, you're going to have days off. You're going to have holidays off. You're going to have hours that you're not working. And there are definitely jobs that give you loads and loads of overtime. The other jobs that may give you, full time is 32 hours a week. You may have weekends off. You may work from 7 to 3, 6 to 2. You have some time after that. You may work night shift. So there's time during your day when, if you were a Lyft driver, even though you have a job, you can fill in and get a few rides in. So part of the relieving of stress may be that, yes, I have a job. Yes, something I'm using air quotes, count on. And that's partially sarcastic. No job will not be able to replace you. That's just something I've learned over my 40 plus, almost 50 years on this earth. Something I had to come to the realization of in my time. So guys, Lyft allows you the opportunity to have something in your back pocket if you have a job. This is something that you would want to have in your back pocket in order to turn on when you want to do it, to make some extra money, and turn off when you don't want to do it. There are no minimum requirements for hours you have to work with Lyft, because again, you don't work for Lyft, you work for yourself. You're an independent contractor. Lyft provides the app, they provide the marketing, they provide the technology behind the app, and loads of other things that allow you to take your vehicle and your time and your terrific personality to give great and safe rides throughout your city. So guys, again, Let's establish this. Lyft is not a job. It is an opportunity. It is your business. And if you begin to look at it in that way, as opposed to something that's interfering or something that's on top of the job you have, again, guys, you may be off on a Saturday and Sunday. You may want to get out in the morning and do some rides on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. I can recall, and I know I've said this in an earlier episode, I can recall, and if I didn't, I meant to. I can recall back in my days of multi-level marketing, and no, Lyft is no MLM opportunity, but I can recall back in my days of multi-level marketing, of exploring that thing where they always said, hey, listen, an extra $500 a month would make a world of difference in any household. Well, guys, with Lyft, you have the opportunity to make $500 in a day. Okay? That's not a guarantee. but I can tell you and guarantee you and promise you that I've done that. That just depends on how much you want to put into it. Circumstances, obviously, certain events or events on top of events, things happening simultaneously that cause the rates to increase. Also, the type vehicle you have. But all that stuff you can figure out, or we can go through that at some other point in time. So guys, let me go back and just restate. Lyft is not a job. It's a business opportunity. And when you treat it like a business, you don't look at it as a job. It does become that burden that people take on when it comes to having another job. But it is an opportunity that you want to have in your back pocket. So when you feel like it, you can start treating this thing like an ATM machine. Okay, you can turn that app on, you can make your money, and you can either pay yourself, and I've said this before, you can pay yourself daily. As long as you've made $5, you can cash out your money and they're going to charge you 50 cents, or you can get paid weekly with no money coming out of the money. Okay. As far as any charges, you get paid weekly by way of direct deposit. So Express Pay allows you to get paid immediately as long as you've earned at least $5. The regular direct deposit occurs once a week. So guys, there's never been anything like this. It just hasn't. And that's why I'm taking the time to explain it in a different way and maybe approach it from a way that you've never thought of. So guys, this is Lou, your rideshare coach, checking out. Take care. Go ahead and finish that application. Start driving, or drive when you're ready. Bye for now.